You have. You've been waiting. Good morning. Good morning to you. Know what I've been doing? You digging me? Busy. Busy, busy, busy girl. Busy. I'm trying to become unbusy. Busy, busy, busy. Got cold there visiting colleges and stuff, girl. So ugh. I'm like, I don't want her to leave, but god dang it, I'm tired. Hi, Regina. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Mm. Rachel, good morning. Good morning. How are you? How are you? I got a little bit of time to sit here and chitty chat. Mm. I even called my hair this morning. Let me show y'all what I'm rocking my gym shoes this morning, y'all. See my birthday gym shoes? See my birthday gym shoes. Check me. They smooth. I got them in bed, smooth. I'm rocking my birthday gift today. I'm loving these colors, y'all. I didn't have so many people. It's like, 'cause this is my third time wearing them. So it's like, where'd you get those colors from? I'm like, shit, my grandkids and stuff got me these shoes. I love these shoes. That's what's up. They dope. Rocking my sweats today, y'all. Rocking my sweats. Let me show you. Let me show you. There it is. Rocking sweats today. Comfortable dress down day. It's still hot. Still doing me. Having fun. Living life. Yeah. What y'all up to? What y'all up to? What y'all up to today? I gotta go through my hair, put me some wave or some curl lotion on it. But what y'all up to today? Which other than sitting out here still watching the debates of R. Kelly paperwork, watching the debates. The rights ain't gonna want to find no wrong, and the wrongs ain't gonna want to find no rights. Intertwined discussions. I'll be like, okay. But y'all know what? I found, let me get my other phone. I found this other, I got a hawk out really bad, y'all, somewhere in the neighborhood. It's a hawk. So I gotta keep my eye on letting Teddy out back so he don't come down and snatch him up. But he's out here bad, y'all, snatching up, which I'm glad because he getting, I mean, I ain't really glad like that, but he's getting all of the rabbits and shit, and I'm like, damn, he's snatching them up. Who is August 7th Gay Day? Oh, no. Yeah, he went to I don't know if that was the Tinker Bell bar or what. I don't know. All I know is that looking inside of his Leo world, I don't know if it's different when it comes to a male being a Leo and a female being a Leo. Y'all think it's a difference? Hey, Trigger Love. Hey, Chalet B, what's going on? Do y'all think that it's a difference? Ted, what is that? What you got? Huh? I don't know what he got, but oh well. He'll be all right. So gotta watch him, y'all. We got a hawk in the area that's just been trolling really bad, scooping up animals. So I'm like, Lord, don't you scoop down here and get my Ted. So I don't know if a BB gun is gonna help. If I had to aim and shoot the darn hawk down, but I'm prepared. So, but I don't know if there's a difference. Like, is there a difference of action, between a male Leo and a female Leo? I don't know. I don't know. His his Leo tactics are weird. His is fake and just mouth, it's just mouth. I don't know. That whole scene in that airport was straight up ridiculous, unethical, just stupid, just a childish like behavior. I know, right? But he in the area, girl. He's snatching up rabbits and everything. I done found a rabbit leg out front. I got two dead birds out front. And you go next door to my neighbor, he got a dead rabbit. I'm like, oh Lord, it's bad. Guess the hawk is hungry, right? So, but yeah, the behavior is just crazy. It's hideous. It's really hideous. I don't know. I think that if somebody makes you that freaking mad when you going to go and handle your business, I don't even know who got time for a camera. Like, who got time for a camera? Did you go to handle business or did you go to, do the camera stuff? I mean, when you going to handle business, ain't no camera and all that shit needed. Like, you finna put all of the evidence on screen. Who finna do that? What Leo do y'all know that do that type of shit? Cause I'm not finna show you no damn evidence. I'm not finna show you none of that shit. It's going down in the DM. It's going down. And I'm like, okay, well, this damn fool showed up to do what? Did he show up to show off his T-shirt or the nappy neck? I don't know. Like, what the hell? Who? These are this one right here. That boy right there, where did August 7th go? That boy right there, you could tell that that's a worm. That's a whole worm. Come out for a minute, run back in. Good morning, Claudine in Harlem. Good morning. I can't believe it. Like, who showed they incident? Who does it? Even though with it already being on live in a public place, like with that type of behavior, that's already enough damn evidence. But anyways, I was sitting up the other night. Shout out to one of my viewers, right? She was like, "Remember this?" And I was like, "Girl, I need a laugh. I like when people send me something to laugh about." And it was the filming of him remembering that film and the girl shot him in the back of the head. And you remember in that film, like, he have no verbal part. It was just a show up, act like this with your fresh air ones on, get shot in the head, and then we gonna be done with you. Like, that was a whole $100 clip. I was like, so to my viewer, I was like, yeah, that's about $100 every 6 months, so I could understand, the decrease or the decline in the in the funds. I can get that. Cause he ain't have no verbal part in that freaking thing. Y'all remember that? It was on that show called The One. I was busting up. All they did was dress him up and set him in the car seat like a mannequin. Mm. But also, when they talk about the substance of learning, his behavior is the whole process of what he's learned behind the on these cameras and entertaining people on televised shows. Hell, if I could act like this and have this character of an actor, then guess what? This is going to be embedded in me for the rest of my life. I'm not gonna know. Girl, they set him in that car like a goddamn mannequin. That's funny. But I was watching that, laughing. So shout out to my viewer on that, because yesterday, oh, my head was in so much paperwork, you guys. I got so many, 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 many petty cases. It's ridiculous. And for some reason, I don't know if it makes sense to y'all. I don't know if the word would be. I guess I'm dyslexia. I don't know. When it comes to the petty cases, okay, I make them difficult for me. And I don't understand why I do that. When it's staring me like right in my face and I know that, but because the case is so petty, I want to make it large, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I want to dig into the most pettiest cases ever. But then when I get a semi more difficult case, right? Like I'm talking about NOPRs, right? Stuff like that. I write those up easy. I'm like, no, 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 da, 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 cite that, da, 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 boom, I'm done. Can anybody explain that to me? Why? Because I've been looking through the psychological part of it. I've been trying to type in Google exactly what I'm saying to you guys, like to get that response of what type of person, am I? How is it? Why is it reversed like that? And I don't get why I'm like that. The most petty shit, the most easiest shit to solve, I make it difficult for me. I mean, I go in on it. Like I got stacks of this to solve it, and stacks of these books, and stacks of this articles, and stacks of this statues, and I'm like, I don't even need like, but I do it, and it's crazy. However, doing my process that way, if I wish to talk to a psychologist, right? Doing that process that away with those petty cases like that, everything that I have searched through, researched through and documented and calculated, I, it's stored there. And so I'm able to move it on when I do have to put more into a more difficult case, if that makes sense to y'all. But hey, Renee, I don't understand. Y'all gonna explain to me what it is that why do I do that? Why do I function like that? I don't know. Can't figure it out. Why couldn't I just say, "Oh, that's an easy one. Throw that shit, boom, boom, boom. I'm done." I do that with the higher, level cases that has to be moved expeditiously, but I can't do it with the petty cases. Is it because I just want to be petty and go back and forth with? I don't know. Am I petty? Am I petty? Am I petty? I don't know. It's 9:33. I'm gonna talk to you guys till about 10, because then I got to go make me a taco. I want a taco for lunch, so don't let me go past. No, 10 o'clock. Good morning, Brenda. Y'all don't know the results? What am I? Come on. I'm not scared of criticism. I'm not scared. Type it in the chat. Am I crazy? Am I what? What am I? Am I dyslexia? What the fuck am I? Do I need to smoke some weed? Do I need some Snoop Dogg when I'm writing this? What the fuck? I'm coming to my virtual friends and y'all don't even have a goddamn answer for it. What in the fuck? So I got to go pay a high paid psychologist and lay on the lab table to get a goddamn answer when I could get it for free from my friends that's gonna tell me right. Y'all gonna tell me right, right? Y'all gonna tell me right? I can handle that shit. You said sounds like the petty cases are less, maybe okay, maybe so. So why do I do so much footwork to the petty cases? Why? When I know that like this here could be done in a minute. Done. Or a technical mistake on their part is right in my face, but I don't want to address that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I see that shit right there, but I don't want to address that. I want to go in deep on this one, on this. Like, they can throw this shit out. Y'all already been fucked up right there. You forgot to do this, and everything on here is crucial on their part because they have to prove, you know, everything that they're saying, right? So I'm like, oh, geez, I don't know. And some days, with that being said, I'm not gonna say that it builds up a work stress in me to that extent, but y'all, I'd be like stressed like among myself. Like, why the fuck did I do that? Like, why do y'all address yourselves in that manner? Like, right? So I ain't mad at nobody but myself because I know, but I don't know why. I know it's a psychological kind of shit that needs to be addressed, but I don't know. I ain't smoking no weed. I ain't tooting no blows. I'm just gonna stick with my Snoop Dogg, and this right here, y'all, is becoming one of my favorites. Oh my God. So when I get off work, I kind of, would jump on one of these. And this one ain't empty. No, I still got a little squig in it. So, but I'm loving those too, y'all. I'm loving those too. Those are the bomb. Those are the bomb. So, but I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna have to make some adjustments within myself, with what I do and how I'm handling it, because I feel like that I put that type of minimize stress on me, and I don't like fucking stress. I can't stand stress. I ain't nowhere in the hell. Like, I don't allow stress to enter into my life and into my soul. That just don't happen, because I know that after that, it brings upon sickness. We have all these crazy illness. You'd be wondering where this big old lump done come from on your fucking head because you've been stressing and stuff. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for it. So, but thank you, Shelley B, for, responding to that, because I'm going to try to readjust myself with dealing with the most pettiest, stupid. To me, they're stupid. To a lot of people, that's going through it, it's stupid. But, as they say, sometimes if it's in the book and you have your ops being political, correct, based off of what's written in black and white. Girl, Shelley B, you the girl, throw some ice on this shit, baby. Baby. I'm like, am I having a cup of Kool-Aid or wine? This shit is good as fuck. I had this with my, if I'm having some dinner or something. Okay, I ain't cooked in about 2 weeks though, no. I made some tacos. I'm just gotta heat up my stuff and put my condiments in little Tupperware bowls. So, but I ain't cooked in damn since the birthday party. No, so that's about 2 weeks, right? Almost 2 weeks since the birthday party. I ain't cooked a goddamn thing. Nothing. Nothing. That's how I keep that damn weight down. Stay the fuck out that damn kitchen. I don't want it. I don't want it. Shout out to y'all wouldn't know, but I got the most beautiful edible fruit basket. Ted, okay, I see you. Make sure you ain't up in the sky, buddy. Mm, I see you. Got a hawk in the area. You gotta stay close. You ain't got no teeth to bite no more. You done lost three. You gotta stay here. He's getting old, y'all. 16 in October. So I start to worry about him a whole lot now. So he can still run, but he's sleeping a lot more now. He's just become more humble than what he was. He's just humble. He's still a bark his ass off. So yeah. Thank you, Cha Cha. Girl, us old now, girl. I old now. I old now, girl. Still feel good. I feel great, girl. I feel great. I feel so great, honey, and so blessed. You just don't know. I have been so appreciative to all my blessings, especially from our Heavenly Father, honey. So every morning now that I've made it past another year, I just keep it simple and easy. And, I wake up before my feet hit that floor, baby, with my eyes open. I be, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Then I'll get like this little flinchy thing. It's like, you got this, girl. Go get it. Because I'm a doer, I'm a go getter. So, yeah, no stress, honey. None, 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 none. I got uh, uh, a cable bill sitting in there. Ain't no stress. The bitch due today. I get it done tomorrow. No stress. Get it done when I got there and feel like it. So you say you been a chicken salad, watermelon, shrimp cocktail eating somebody too daggone hot. It is too hot to cook. It's too hot sometimes to eat all of that thick, hard food. It's so hot. It make our food, which we already cook, is dark food. We have dark food, a lot of dark ass food. Greens. Your meat is dark. Everything you eat is fucking dark. Whole goddamn plate just dark. Green beans. White folks had light food. They had a white chicken on there. They had a pasta on there. They have all the light green. What is that? The asparagus and why our food got to look dark as hell? Why? Why does black folk food look black? Why? Why? Try to understand that shit. A shit on our damn plate represents anything of whiteness. Y'all need to switch that shit up. Y'all need to switch that shit up. But yesterday, oh my God, I had the most beautiful edible fruit basket showed up at the job, y'all. Beautiful. But guess what I did? Because I was so caught up in the petty ass cases that I was doing, right? My desk is just filled with shit, just scattered everywhere of paperwork, unnecessary that, I've been indulging in that I know I don't need, but a refresher course could never hurt nobody, right? So it's in the fridge at work in the office, and I forgot it. So today I'll have my tacos and I'll eat the rest, eat some of the fruit off. The only thing that's going to remain on that edible fruit basket is those goddamn strawberries. When I look at them, my stomach flex. I don't fuck with the strawberries like that, raw, like that. Now, if I'm having like, a piece of strawberry cake sometimes, I'll rake some of them out of it and kind of just have that. What do you call the sauce? What do you the I don't know. It's weird. I don't like fucking strawberries. You going back to work? Have a beautiful, beautiful day, girl. Beautiful day. Sandra, love, what's going on? I'll have that, but just to sit and bite a strawberry, whatever them seeds are on there, which I know the most is like the poppy seeds and all the poppy seeds on a lot of your fruit or whatever, y'all that's that shit with that marijuana shit. That's that shit with that marijuana shit. That's what them poppy seeds are. Like, fuck that. How the hell I'm eat some strawberries and be high as fuck? So I don't eat them. I just don't like, I don't like peaches. I don't like that fuzz on the damn peach. What the hell is the fuzz? I don't even want to waste time cutting it off, to trimming it off or none of that shit. Now, will I have a peach cobbler with raw peaches and I don't see that fuzz on a peach? I'll fuck a peach cobbler up. But I won't touch a peach cobbler. I don't want that fucking fuzz. Like, what in the fuck? Why does this feels like short, like vajaja hair? Hell to the no. It's crazy how shit psychologically messes us up, right? I'm messed up, y'all. I'm fucked up. I don't eat no tomatoes. What the fuck is tomato? Shit nasty as hell. I don't eat no goddamn onions. What the fuck is onion? They nasty as fuck. Ew, gross. How your breath stinking and all that stuff make you cry? Why I want to eat something to make you cry? Why? Why would I want to stand in here and cut up something that draws tears? Something ain't right about that damn onion. I shouldn't be standing there cooking and naturally just fucking crying for nothing. I'm literally standing here crying for nothing. I don't want to cry for nothing. I don't want to have a reason of of crying to tell you, well, why you crying? Because that's what you're gonna ask. Like, "Hey, I was cutting the onion." Who the fuck wants to have that theory? I don't want to have that type of theory. If I'm crying about something, I want to have a logical explanation to tell you why I'm fucking crying. Like, oh, the stocks dropped and I lost about 2 million. Damn, crying. Fucking goddamn onions. Oh, hell nah. You know that's onions is one of the problems that most people have that eats White Castles. If you eating White Castles and you got them goddamn onions on it, that's what's causing you all of that goddamn farting and pooping. Take them onions off of there and watch the difference, and you gonna fuck some White Castle up. I promise you. I promise you. Stop eating damn onions on there. There's something about them onions and the type of meat, that processed meat that they use, it fucking you up. Stop eating. You're gonna have to pick one or the other. You're gonna have to have either a White Castle onion burger without the burger, or you're just gonna have to have a White Castle burger without the onions. Pick your poison. Or what fucking y'all up. Mm-hmm. Sitting around farting, talking about some, oh, after you done ate them 10 minutes later, your stomach hurt. Well, figure out the problem and fix it. Take the goddamn onions off. Tell them no onions. Take them no onions. You say you at my door in skin cag. You didn't I didn't speak. You know I loves you, girl. You know I loves my beauty. You better cut it. You better cut it. Loves my beauty. Yeah. You know what, beauty? You remember how your name really stood out? Do you remember? Let me see if you can remember the story. There's a story behind your name standing out. I really remember it. The story. I'm gonna tell you, put a one in the chat. You want me to tell you the story? And I could be wrong, so you might have to address me. So I could be thinking about something else. So, um, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Scooby Doo. I believe when you came in the chat, he was singing Beauty is her name. Am I correct or no? Am I correct on that or no? And your name stood out, took off. It was like, oh, what you talking about? Oh, beauty. Yeah. Good morning, Capone, Sandra Love. Good morning. Yeah, I believe he was singing the song to your name when you would pop in the chat. Beauty is her name. Yeah, Drew Hill. Sure did. If I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, which is one of my favorite songs too. So, but yeah, I'm telling y'all, stay the hell away from them damn onions. Just stay away from the onions. I know they told y'all that they healthy as hell, but from what I'm looking at, yes, Drew Hill. From what I'm looking at, it's a whole lot of people eat onions in this damn world, and all them whole people sick as hell. Got all type of goddamn illness. So what has an onion done for you? Huh? What has an onion for me? Would y'all believe me if I told y'all that my body, my insides, has not endured n- nothing much more than ketchup or mustard or relish? Y'all know I don't fuck with a lot of season. Could y'all believe that? I don't even fuck with a lot of season. I eat my shit just plain as day. I don't prefer I don't I don't have all of that extra stuff that I put through my body. Yeah. Okay, so you say you started the channel first over here and nothing phased me. Then I changed it to Beauty is Me, and when Dubosky he played the song Beauty is her name. So my story is correct. Well, for him, say yeah, okay. So you started over here. Yeah, nothing phased me. I remember that now. I remember that now. But boy, when you popped up in there, he started singing Beauty is her name. Sure did. Sure did. And it just been sticking. Well, every time I hear Drew Hill, I think of you. I think of my friend Beauty. I do. And of course me, girl, because I'd be like, hey, Beauty is my name. You know my ego way up, honey. You know my self-esteem way up. So yeah, I knew it. I knew it. But yeah, so as growing up and stuff, my mother, she didn't use all that other stuff. When I started going to the grocery store on my own, things like that, to provide for my household. And if I would go with my mom, I would ask my mom, like, what is that? Like, what is that? Well, what is that? My mom would be like, shit, I don't know what that, I don't know what that is. But these people are cooking with these things, mom. How you don't know what these are? My mom is a cooker. She said, well, hell, my mama ain't told me nothing about them. I'm like, really? But they say all this stuff is healthy. So you mean to tell me that you all missed all this healthy stuff that you're told that is used to cook with and stuff? She said, well, yeah, because her mom, my grandmother, didn't use none of that stuff. They just use, just ordinary cooking stuff. White folks, they got a whole bunch of shit you can add all up in your food, whole bunch of shit. And then, of course, it then passed down. Now you got all the black folks trying to use it, right? They use all these techniques and things. They go out buy all these fancy pots and walks and all this shit to cook with, right? But if you pay attention to st- statistically, that shit doesn't harm too much of the white folks, right? What it does for them is it ages them faster, right? They characters start to deteriorate a lot faster, right? I don't know why we as a black culture didn't know. I mean, we noticed it, but I don't understand why that didn't scare us. I don't understand that. It should have scared the shit out of us. Because now that the black culture started doing, ain't no, ain't nobody out there, boy. Now that the black culture has started doing, everything that the white folks do with their food, and you trying this and you doing that, the black culture, we're fading. Get a lot of illnesses, a lot of this, a lot of that, all this shit. But y'all should left that shit alone. See, I didn't follow them. I don't want your shit. I see what happened to you. No way, and no disrespect to the white folks, right? No disrespect to the white folks, but I ain't want shit. I ain't want none of it. None. I'm like that even when I go to the doctor, right? Doctor got all this shit. You ain't try this. Let me put you on this. You might need to take some of this. My bubby sitting up there. Oh, okay. Get the prescription and everything. Soon I walk out the doctor's office, y'all. I throw that shit right on in the garbage. I throw it in the garbage. I do. I ain't fucking with your shit. That's y'all shit. Keep that shit in y'all neighborhood. I don't want that. I'm gonna heal it like how my grandmother said. Hey, you got a bad headache? She said, hang a piece of garlic. Walk up under the garlic and stand there, right? I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna try that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But I forgot the second method to it, and that is after you walk up underneath the garlic, go and lay your ass down. Lay in the dark. Close your eyes. Put a cold towel on your face. Put your body in a relaxed coma state and just let God do the rest. So that kind of helps me a lot. So now I don't know about all this, the wine. Okay, cause with the wine, I think I following Jesus, cause Jesus had wine. I ain't following the white folks on the wine. Jesus made wine, and the wine usually got the little grapes crushed up in it. So don't y'all charge that to the game. Okay, I following behind Jesus. He said drink a little wine. Know what he said, so I'm having a little wine. You say you got a new hair chemist in chat that can hook you up? No, no, no. Yeah, they undercook their meats, and I don't know why they like gnawing down on raw meat. That's the hardest shit to digest ever in the system, and it's one of the problems with uh, um, white folks can do it. They eat all that damn red ass meat, shall it be, all that fucking red ass meat. The majority of your white people still ends up skinny, right? For some reason, I guess it might be digestible through them. But then the black folks, they start eating all the meat, all this shit, right? See, they think it's pork. They think that they ready, no, I'm gonna eat the beef, right? Beef sits in your system a whole lot longer than the pork. So maybe that's one of the reasons why all of these men are fucking pregnant now. All these fucking men is pregnant as fuck. And it's crazy. I remember, going through high school, you ain't see all these stomachs and stuff like this. Right. So when you look at your guy, back then, high school, college, whatever, men were so appetizing. They were appealing, right? Because you're like, okay, all right. Now I'm sitting here looking at all these goddamn men, and I'm like, what in the fuck are we going to do? Belly bump? What we finna do? I mean, when you really think about it, and you hear the most coming from the big stomach men, they can get down and they got all these men. Don't let that shit. Ain't finna do nothing but produce a whole goddamn waterfall on your ass. That's about it. And drenching your ass up there like they really doing something. Statistically, when the stomach grows, the penis pulls in. So you in fucking trouble. Then you got to lay your ass there because you in love. That's your baby. That's your husband. And we've been married all these years, knowing your fucking marriage sex life fucked up. Fucked up, and you laying in the bed just wishing. Wish this nigga would lose this weight. It's too early fooling with y'all. Y'all know y'all just as crazy as I am. I'm serious though. I'm serious as all the time. Just laying there. Cause he your husband. No goddamn well you trying to hurry the fuck up with this goddamn belly in the motherfucking way. The fuck, don't let him turn on the side. Mm-mm. They done took up half of the motherfucking bed with the stomach. You got the body on the left side, the stomach in the middle. Shit just all fucked up. Well, you even know you got a whole baby in the middle of your damn bed, fucking with big stomach ass men. I can't stand the shit. I ain't gonna lie, but they pushed us into up against the wall with their ass because you ain't finna divorce them. They got a big stomach. You ain't finna talk about them. You ain't finna walk around the house like nigga. Your stomach is your. I don't, we can't do it because your stomach. You ain't finna do that. So you just become passive to the nigga. You do. You just they done forced us to accept them. That's fucked up. It's fucked up, y'all. It's fucked up that y'all can't be woman enough to kick y'all big belly ass nigga out that goddamn door till he loses fucking weight. Mhm. Mhm. Hey, I'm just saying, so don't shoot the messenger. I'm telling you the good goddamn truth. Y'all know this shit fucked up. Fucked up trying to go Christmas shopping and birthday shopping and shit. You done left from the beginning of your marriage with this guy when he was physique looking good to you. You over in the aisle that you want to be in. It was easy for you to shop for him. Now you find your ass over in the double X big man ass fucking aisle. Fuck do I want to go over? I'll be listen. I'll be embarrassed. I have to send somebody else shopping. I tell my girls or something, man, go get this nigga a couple of 3X motherfucking large t-shirts. Knowing the price done increased, then the nigga want to ask you where all your money is. Nigga, own your motherfucking t-shirts, nigga. You see how big your ass is? Own your motherfucking clothes. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But men with them big ass guts have now suppressed the women into thinking that that shit is okay. We think that shit is okay. I don't know why. Why? Because he got on the motherfucking Gucci shirt. Huh? He got on the Prada. He got on all that expensive t-shirt. That shit just fine. No good goddamn well when he pulled that bitch off. in that bedroom. You sitting there looking like, what in the fuck? But we don't address that shit no more. We don't want to say shit. They put us in that comfortable. They push you up against that wall. You ain't walking out. You ain't finna divorce them. You ain't finna talk about them. But guess what? Let something change in you. Let something change in you. Bang. You know you gained a little weight around here. Bang. You, you wearing another wig today? Bang. I don't know about that lipstick right there. Bang. When you gonna get some different earrings? Bang. Nigga, when you gonna lose motherfucking weight? You gonna lose that goddamn baby, huh? But we don't do that. No, we don't do that. Then we ended up in a whole argument with your nigga. Cause he done said something to you. But the argument ain't about, him losing weight or his stomach. You won't dare call him out on his shit. You won't make him feel bad or whatever. And then you know what they do, even if you do make him feel bad, guess what they gonna do? Yeah, feel like you don't want to be with her no more. Then some other next chick don't mind hopping on that motherfucking stomach like a trampoline. Damn man. Damn man. I'm just saying. You say your ex of 15 years used to tell me if I got big, he would do. Yeah, they'll tell a woman quick. They definitely would say something to their woman quick. Now, I don't know where they come from and why they do this shit, but what makes a man think that it's okay for you to feel like that you have to have your female, your woman, your wife some type of way, but they ass can't be some type of way? That shit's fucked up. That shit fucked up. Now, had it been me, I know how to fix the shit. You just don't go in the kitchen and cook. Fuck you gonna do? Divorce me because I ain't cooking? Then I don't give a fuck because I'm helping you with your goddamn stomach. I'm sick of all of this goddamn stomach. When did this become popular? When did this become cool? When did this become okay? When? And most women, because I'm gonna get in on most of the women, right? You ain't no good. You ain't no damn good. It's okay with you because you like to eat too. It's okay with you because both of y'all got big stomachs. So it's okay. That shit is not okay. Shit ain't okay. It's not okay, y'all. But somehow we've been suppressed to this type of lifestyle. So, I be looking, I swear y'all be looking, I be driving around, and you will have the ones that walking with the swag, too, talking all the big shit. They talk most men with big ass stomachs talk the most shit ever. The most shit ever. I don't know if that's for them to be intimidating that, I got the biggest stomach, so I dare you to do anything. I don't know what the fuck that's all about, but they do. They talk the most shit. I be like, shut the fuck up. All that goddamn stuff. Just shut the fuck up. Shut up. What time is it, y'all? Because we got to get these tacos together. But I was listening to, okay, it's 10:03. I was listening to a lady, and I know most of y'all might have heard her. I just finally come across her, right? And she says that she's an attorney as well. White lady, right? She's doing the R. Kelly. What is her name? Let me see what her name is. Hold on, y'all. Hold on one sec. And I was like, wow, do y'all know? Because she is an attorney. And what she is reading, she found follicle of saying that, you know, her feelings about Mr. Kelly, being disgusting and, oh, what is that crawling on me? And this and that, all this stuff. And I was like, this is why I don't like politics, because most people can't set aside their feelings and just talk about, which she does. Don't get me wrong. She talks about all of the charges just like everybody else does and everything. But hold on, let me see if I can find it. Okay, so her name is Legia Miller. Y'all ever seen this lady around right here?
How long in prison, whether it's even like worth it, which is really insensitive to say for like the victims, obviously, but um, once someone's in prison, it's life without possibility of parole. It's expensive. It's expensive to have a trial like this, so it makes
I
sense.
do not own the rights to
Well,
this video, but let me let y'all listen to some of her shit.
we're not gonna continue with it. Get this guy who had already, I'll remind you, been let off the hook in 2008 for similar charges. So we stand some queens, all right? So their names are Elizabeth Geddes, Nadia Shihata, and Maria Cruz Melendez as prosecutors for the Eastern
Now,
District.
this lady here, apparently, after I guess she watched Surviving R. Kelly and read the transcripts and all of the motions. She says she's an attorney. Um, she's made her mind up too that Mr. Kelly was guilty based off of the information that was presented in the courtroom, right? Not digging into anyone of these ladies' past or nothing. It was just solely off of what was said in the transcripts throughout Mr. Kelly's court appearance. A lot of people, and I understand it, that if it's in the court, this is where we either going to believe that it's true or false, right? A lot of people are going to believe it because it's in the court. It's because people has came there and raised their hand. Do you solemnly swear the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Now all of a sudden, because it's in a courtroom, you'll have a whole lot of the humanity world, right? Says, well, since they did it in the courtroom, it's got to be some truth to it, and that's the part that like I just can't get past, and I get it, because it's in the courtroom. You come in the courtroom and raise your hand up all the fuck you want to, but with you not like knowing that person personally, you are subjected to believe exactly what those people say in the courtroom. Most people do it. Mm, You know, most people refuses to look mentally into the inner soul of a person when they speak to say, something ain't right here. No, 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 and no. But because it's in a courtroom where you have to raise your hand up and there's a judge with a robe on, that's what you believe right then and there of a character that speaks on a stand. You can raise your hand up to the Almighty God and they'll lie to him. They'll lie to him. It don't matter. But I get it. So this is what gives a lot of attorneys and people of courts, right, the advantage to make their stance on truth or falsification, right? This is it because they're in a building. 'Cause they're in a- and that's the only thing that they have to deprive off of, right? To understand or to get to their notations of what's right and wrong because it's in a building because they raise a hand, or they testify to the Bible that they swear to tell the truth. So this is all that they have. Me, if you don't know a person, you know, personally, if you really don't sit down and really, really dig into something where to give you the perception or the understanding that wait a minute, this person is not going to come in here and tell the whole truth. Now mind you, with this lady right here, I guess somewhere she must have stopped because I can't find too many more other videos on it, right? This is another one that you can say is biased, right? Out of all of the stories that has come out, right, she does not talk about a few of the ladies that was, not found truthful on the stand. She don't talk about. It's a whole lot of people that she just doesn't talk about, and I'm like, okay, here's your bias. Here's your biasm. Yep, you're being biased because if you're going to come out and do commentary from the gate, right? And you read the motions, you're reading the discoveries, you're reading the transcripts, you're reading all the shit, right? I think that these are the people that also need to follow through. You need to follow through because there's been updates on a whole lot of shit. But if it's the updates that would favor into Mr. Kelly's lane, they don't want to put that shit out. They don't want to talk about that. It's like, well, that's the end of my commentary because I can't find any more with her, right? And they dare because it's gonna make them look some type of way to their viewers, you know, or yeah, I guess I'll leave it at viewers because it's done on YouTube. But it'll make you look some type of way. You know, you might lose viewers and all subscriptions and shit. So they won't do it. They're never going to come out after jumping out the gate, jumping on the bandwagon to crucify this guy, right? To put their spice on, oh, he's this terrible person, to balancing it out and allowing people to know that, whoa, 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 there's another side that we just, that just been exposed out here. I've been putting up some true or false in my commentary, in my community board, right? Y'all, I hope all of y'all play along with it. And it's just going through a lot of stuff of Jennifer Bonjean's discussions and things rebuttaling back to the prosecution paperwork, right? So I'm like, this is good. This is healthy. This is true and false because there is a lot of stuff that was not allowed to be addressed or to be challenged. For example, I put up the information about Demetrius, right? Demetrius was number two in the paperwork dealing with the bribery, right? And it said up in there that Jennifer Bonjean rebuttal back that there was no money transpired. Well, was R. Kelly there? First of all, if Demetrius was saying that um, or the prosecution was explaining that or asking him that, well, what was someone paid for this bribery? Okay, well, Demetrius can remember and can't remember. Number one, we ain't finna have a can or you can't remember. You brought this story up. You brought this against Mr. Kelly. I want all of the goddamn facts of your story on the table. If you cannot produce them, you need to exit left. Your testimony is not qualified enough to be on his goddamn stand. If there was money transpired and he can't show me one goddamn receipt, you can't show me a promissory note or nothing from Mr. Kelly. You can't produce a recording with Mr. Kelly and you having this conversation or a contract or etc. Ain't nowhere in the hell that his story should have been valid to be given to a goddamn juror. Period. That's just how I feel about it. And maybe because that's the stance that I take when I do, what I do. You can't just sit up here and tell a story. Jennifer Bonjean, what she was doing was trying to pan out how the prosecution has not proven their fact based on enterprise and the RICO. She's trying to explain to these court systems, right, to these people that, hey, there has to be some similarity. There has to be a pattern at X, Y, and Z, and it was not there. So how is it that you're producing an enterprise when you're sitting here saying that Demetrius says that, well, Mr. Kelly paid him or he got the money from Mr. Kelly, but can't produce any fucking evidence to show that Mr. Kelly was running an enterprise based on the fact that alleged employee or friend or whatever was in the group, in the compound or whatever, but you can't produce nothing like that. That exempts him. He's exemplified from the fucking group. He does not have the fucking evidence to do so. And court procedures should all be based on the proof, not just a verbal goddamn statement. Just like the fucking glove with OJ. If it don't fit, it must acquit. Get the fuck out of here. That charge should have been gone. That's just how I feel about that, right? But you'll have an attorney like Lily, what's her name again, right? Who comes out and talk about everything that was in the motion or these people that was brought on a stand to say X, Y, and Z. But there's no follow up of any of no commentary or anything that as an attorney, and I'm guessing now she might be a prosecutor. I don't know, but like where are all of these questions? What evidence did Demetrius have? What could he have used? Nothing. One reason why is because it was what past 10 years ago. He can't even fucking remember. But so I understand Jennifer Bonjean's argument totally. But what did they do? Not only do you have the argument about the parents or the mom and the dad and the Texas or whatever, there's another major fucking argument to be had. It is. And it was that how much of this stuff did Donnelly allow to be presented to the goddamn juror without fucking evidence. Why was it allowed? Should have been moved, motion to strike, get his ass up, fuck up out of here. He doesn't have enough. And his words ain't enough. Because had they pulled allegedly Demetrius Smith background or this or that, especially the story about him where he stole the credit card, used it for gas, and he had to do this and do that, he didn't give a fuck. That right there alone would have described his criminal character fucking behavior. He's goddamn thief. Y'all got that goddamn thief up here telling you a damn story? The fuck out of here. But it happened. What happened? Jennifer Bonjean, she in court. Let me sip my tea, y'all. Mm. As a matter of fact, let me get me another little cup of tea. And come on, Ted, get in here for the hawk get you. I don't know where he at. Thank you, bud. But had they pulled, all of these journalists or report, what you pull the people past, and they probably did, but they didn't even want to put no light on that shit because it would favor our county. It would help our county. So I understand totally why Jennifer Bonjean continues to stick around. If y'all remember, because I play that video all the time. As a matter of fact, I'm playing for y'all while I do my taco. Oh, wait for the hawk to leave the earth here. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find. And she'll tell you and explain to you that people keep, I guess, missing why she is here. Okay, but before I do that, let me give some shout out to that judge that felt no remorse with what's his name, Tao, over in the murder with the knee on the neck murder guy. 5 year sentence on that. I watched that, y'all. Do y'all know? Not to get off the subject because I'm playing this video, right? If y'all still live in the chat, put a one in the chat because I don't see the chat moving while I'm running my mouth. But shout out to the judge because the judge let what's his name? Cop Taldo speak, right? He was the last to speak before his sentencing hearing, right? He was the last to speak, okay? Do y'all know that he got up in there and he said that he was um he was in the cell because I guess he'd been locked up for 3 years, waiting on sentencing hearing. So he says that he picked up the Bible. He picked up the Bible, y'all. Not to get off the subject, but I gotta throw this at y'all right quick. I found me some letters. But he said he picked up the Bible. And I think an officer or maybe a friend or another inmate was walking past. He said, "Well, let me sit you down so go through it with you, so you understand a few things of the Bible, right? Maybe you can apply this to you and do some changes in your life, right?" So He says, the judge says, well, okay, he asked him, you want to get up and speak, right? He was the last one to speak. That man got up in there, Officer Towel, told Towel, and had freaking church, y'all. Had church. He was going from book to book to book to book to book. He did about 7 books, right? Not once did he talk about feeling any remorse or things that would have allowed him to change his reactions on George Floyd. Or he talked about none of that shit. None. He didn't touch nothing. He didn't say sorry to the parents. He didn't do none of that stuff. He just apologized to the judge for whatever reason, right? He's like, I just want to apologize to you for being, such and such and such. The judge got a little bit annoyed, in my opinion. He was a little bit annoyed, right? Because he told him, I didn't feel your remorse. You didn't feel remorseful at all. All you did was stand here and talked about what the Bible and Jesus said, and he respect him for that. But what about you? What about you? So he said he went on, and because he did not feel the remorse coming from him, no being apologetic to the family or nothing like that, he was like, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I think he hit him with the max, which was what, 50? No, he got 57 months. 57 months. And I think that 58 was the top. So for some reason, he spared him like on a month, right? So I was like, okay, well, that's a done deal, and that's over with, and that's done. He has no more rights to bear arms anymore. None of that. So basically, he screwed himself. What I think that I was trying to hear or hope that he would say was, when you have the general public, right? In the general public, because you are an officer, you hear this general public seeing something is wrong. Do something, help him. For him to have ignored so many people, for him to not allow EMT that was allegedly out there and qualified to go and check George Floyd, for them to sit there for 9 minutes in some whatever with the knee on the neck, right? How I get it that you picked up the Bible because the Bible says that you must ask for your um um ask for your forgiveness and stuff like that, because they say God is a forgiving God, and then that goes on between you and God with whatever he chooses to do with you for the rest of your days, right? Not the public, because it's up to God. So he um ignored the public. Now, I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this because of the biblical aspect of it, but I must say this. If you have the general public out there telling you something is wrong, stop doing that, don't hold on, get your knee, let me help him, and you're telling no to the people or for the people to get back. I'm trying to understand with humanity, like, are you aware that you're telling God's people? You're speaking to the people that was born under the one nation of God. So how do you defy or ignore that? Did it ever come to mind for him to say that, though maybe God was speaking through his children out there, telling him because he wasn't trying to hear it? So God put in all of these people voices, scream out to him. Maybe he will hear you. Maybe he will hear y'all. But that didn't work. But the audacity, this is just me in this whole biblical stuff, y'all. I'm telling you, she crazy to me. You stand in the courtroom with your Bible, all of your notes, and now you want to talk all of these books and this or that and what God says and God don't do this. But God also has people. He has his what is the disciples and the angels. You just have to feel and know when to recognize it. You have to know, and he ignored that guy. Like he seriously ignored that. Here, Ted. Here, Ted, piece of turkey. Ted. Teddy, come here. I guess, whatever. He like seriously, I'm not gonna kiss your butt. He seriously like ignored that. So I can't understand when it comes to people. Well, I try to understand, and you want to start running to these Bibles, into these churches and everything. What people? What about the creation of life? Because God created the people. And he works through the people sometimes, through humans. Like, so I didn't buy it, and it is what it is. Back to Jennifer Bungie. He is going to serve his time for the George Floyd incident, blah, blah, blah. And it is what it is with him. So, but back to, I guess my chat is frozen because, yeah, it's not moving, but it's okay. So, I don't know why it's not moving, but Jennifer Bonjean, in case everybody has forgotten, this is her reason throughout this interview. Let's hear her again, because exactly what she said in this interview about why she was here is still the reason why she is here.
New York-based convicted in September of sex trafficking and racketeering charges, and currently faces life for those crimes. Joining me now is Kelly's new legal counsel, Jennifer Bonjean herself. Counselor, happy to have you on the show. Welcome. Thank you for having me, Yodi. Okay, Jennifer, so I'm going to start this conversation by asking you the most obvious question, one I'm sure you get all the time. Why would you defend R. Kelly? I approach every case the same way. And I look and I say, has there been a miscarriage of justice? And in my mind, a miscarriage of justice occurs when the government oversteps, when they overreach, when they violate someone's constitutional right to a fair trial. And then I ask myself, is there anything I can do about it? Can I possibly get this individual some type of remedy, some type of relief? And when I looked at R. Kelly's case, I found that both of those things were true. And so I had no reservations about taking R. Kelly's case. What I see was a travesty of justice and how the process worked. And when the process doesn't work, the outcomes are not fair, they're not righteous. And as a result, I took R. Kelly's case. And I pass on cases, but this is a case that I felt satisfied both of those requirements. And that's because you think that the government abused the RICO statute in order to get around issues of statute of limitations, right? And so for people who may think I'm talking legalese here, there were accusations for decades against R. Kelly. Those accusations, cases along many years ago, many times over, whatever crimes they believe that he committed. Now they didn't do that many times. We know there was a case back in I think in mid-aughts out of Cook County, and he was found not guilty of that case. But the government could have brought charges, and they chose not to for whatever reasons. And now they have brought charges against him under RICO, which yes was designed to get at criminal enterprises, mafia, large drug operations run by gangs. And they are doing that, yes, to plead around the statute of limitations, but even more problematic in my mind is they use this statute in order to overwhelm the jury with other crimes evidence or other bad act evidence. It doesn't even have to be another crime. So really what they're doing is putting someone's life on trial. And that ends up being not really a fair fight. It's one thing to defend against a specific charge, that is fair. But when you bring in these crimes, these alleged crimes under the RICO Act, you're really putting someone in a position where they have to defend 30 years of their entire life. And that, I think, is not a fair fight, because it doesn't give, you don't have fair notice on what they're coming at you with. There's allegations that date back 30 years. And there are sometimes it's very difficult for particularly high profile people. 30 years. Oh, do I even know this person? Where was I? How can I defend against that? So it's not a fair fight. And then they brought claims under the Mann Act. And the Mann Act has been historically problematic, and it was no less problematic in this case as well. I believe that the government misused those statutes in order to gain convictions against R. Kelly that were not fair. And there's much that the jury didn't hear that they should have heard.
Jennifer, I'm a lawyer too, so I understand what you're saying, and I'm able to think about this in a logical, obviously legal way, setting aside my emotion. But for the lay person, the person that's watching right now, and who's watched our coverage of R. Kelly's trial, who believe that he's finally being held accountable for abusing Black women and girls, they don't care about a fair fight, right? They be creative. They're probably thinking, hey, however way the government can do it, they finally did, and it's done. I don't care. Explain why it matters to everyone ultimately that we essentially, there's a checks and balances when it comes to prosecution.
Yeah, that's right. And I can appreciate that there's emotions that run high, and people don't necessarily value how the government goes about getting what they consider to be justice. But when the government runs amok, right now it's R. Kelly, tomorrow it's somebody else. And maybe it's someone you care about tomorrow. Maybe it's a loved one of yours. To keep the government honest and to keep them in check, the system has to work for all of us, the R. Kellys of the world, the Bill Cosbys of the world, and then people that we don't even know. And so my
about it on the show a few weeks back about the blowback that attorneys risk facing from the public over who they choose to represent. I get tweets from viewers asking why I keep inviting certain lawyers who represented less than desirable clients. And of course, that question that we all get, defense lawyers get, how can you defend a guilty person? I'm curious, how would you respond? What would be your response to that question?
Well, I first of all, let me start by saying that that is a general question I get all the time. I don't know whether it's specific to R. Kelly or not, and I'm not here to, I don't trust the verdict that came back in R. Kelly's case. So I'm not going to say he's guilty until I believe that there is a fair process. I don't rely on verdicts where the process was not fair. So let me make that clear. I do not believe that the verdict is a reliable indicator of whether R. Kelly is in fact factually guilty. But to your general question of, how do you represent unpopular people? How do you represent people that the media has already convicted? How do I represent them? I'm a defense attorney, and that's what I do. And I believe to my core that the government needs to be held needs to be held accountable, and when they don't go about this process in a fair and just way, that is a miscarriage of justice, and it affects all of us. And I guess I just really believe in that principle. It just doesn't matter to me whether it's R. Kelly or Bill Cosby or any number of wrongfully convicted people that I have represented over the years. It just does not matter. It's all the same to me, because if the system doesn't work for one, it doesn't work for any of us. And I guess I'm just really focused on that principle. And it doesn't, my view is if you're a defense attorney and you can't get with that idea, then maybe find a different career. It's really one of the fundamental tenets of what we do.
Jennifer, I wish we had more time. I could talk about this all day.
Let me stop that right there, because she said it, what she's going to do. Her objective, to me, she's coming after them on the miscarriage of justice. She's going to apply pressure on that so hard it's going to be ridiculously done. That's just what I feel. What do I mean by that? I'll take you back to the whole RICO/enterprise. It wasn't proven that he met the criteria of establishing a RICO/enterprise. She's coming after that shit. You best to believe that she's coming. There is nothing. Her thing is, in my opinion, which I'm sure she's already know because she's the goddamn attorney, is how the hell did they pull it off? And if she can get in there to show how they pulled it off, which she will, which happens to do with manipulation, buying off, coercing, convincing, all of that stuff to get these people to come take this stand to do what they did to Mr. Kelly from your justice system that a lot of people trust. They trust because it's written in the book, or it's the law, or it's this, or it's that. And that's in Mr. Kelly's case. Yeah, I think that those people, yeah, you're trusting the wrong goddamn thing right now. You're trusting the wrong thing. These people see the dirt of their own justice system, of how they use what they trust, they believe in, they vote for, to work on your own kind because of a story, like Jennifer Bonjean said, his goddamn sexual preference life that he chose and choose to do in his freaking life. Warrant that man to be prosecuted up to the highest extent of trying to murder him in jail for something. I'm sick and tired of hearing that. Oh, there was no consent. I can tell you this. It better be glad I wasn't a goddamn juror, because he'd have been coming home. Because ain't nowhere in the hell somebody is going to sit in the court of law and tell me that, oh, well, he did me this way, but yet then you went home the day after. You didn't collect, you didn't do this, you didn't get the police. He going the fuck home, because if you're old enough to be chasing this man, climbing over fences, agreeing to meet him over in another fucking state because you wanted to be a fucking groupie, and he does not have a 10-year fucking similarity pattern going on. He didn't. There was no breaking news of a story of Mr. Kelly done such and such and such after no goddamn Rashonda Lampert. His shit is so broken far off into the timeline. It's crazy. So you can tell, I'm like, well, wait a minute. If he's such of this person, well, why didn't he do this year? Why wasn't doing it this year? Why? Well, if he did it this year, then why wasn't he arrested in that year? Or why wasn't he arrested in this year? How come these stories all of a sudden wait to come out now to try to have some similarity to it, where he coerced? He enticed, he induced, he manipulated. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. So, but hey, I'm done with today, y'all. I enjoyed y'all. I had fun, but now I got to go. I gotta go do what I gotta do, y'all. Gotta go make that money. So don't forget to hit the like button, share the thing up there that got the thumb up. Hit that shit and the like button and the share. And don't forget to join me on my community board because I'm gonna be posting up some more things just to see where the public mind still is, where you still sit at with Mr. Kelly's case and all of the things that was written up. That's where I'm pulling them from and just developing them into true and false questions about what do y'all think because things has changed out here. But Jennifer Bonjean said that she's coming after the miscarriage of justice. Now, how each and every individual is choosing to collaborate or collage that up into the miscarriage of justice, and okay, fine. If you want to use a text message, if you want to use a, what else happened to Miss Kelly, all this other goddamn shit, then that's fine. That's fine. And I can't wait. I'm going to wait on the day. I hope to live long enough to see the outcome of Gloria Allred. She's my main one. And then after her, I want to see the outcome of Kim Fox. Because Kim Fox, when she says that please come forward, that helped develop what? Help goddamn Rico on him. And that's just how I feel about that. And she know that it wasn't. She knew that it wasn't a RICO, something that was designed for large gang members and drug people and this or that. And they just said now that I saw on Vlad, Boosie Badass was saying that shit, the RICO need to be called the rappers, what? Rapper RICO. Some shit like that, right? Which is wrong. However, I'm going to continue to pray that all of these rappers, you got to change that shit around. You got to flip the switch on these people because they ain't playing with y'all. But it's a game. And all you got to do is play the opposite of the freaking game for a while. Because if they don't have nothing, you ain't got to go to prison. You ain't got to go in there and continue to keep up the whole fucking slave act trade that was developed for fucking black people. You ain't got to do it. If your ass out here and you're making the millions putting out a goddamn song or this or that, why the fuck would you want to put yourself in a situation to go make 12 cents a motherfucking hour to be traded off from a rapper to a fucking slave? I don't understand it. I don't get why you want to go in there because your buddy in there or your cousin in there or whatever. You could be doing something differently to help get their ass out because they in there too working for 12 cents an hour. The fuck? Y'all help these people, these rappers, and y'all will not stop. All for a fucking dollar? For a dollar. So that goes to show you. And like I say, I'm going to end this with the question that I always ask my mom. What happened to these people? Y'all left God, the one who you should have been trusting to lead you down the right way, not the one that you sit behind a fucking desk and sign a goddamn contract to because it paid you some upfront fees that your ass got to pay. I mean, some monetary that your ass got to pay back and work your ass off down the line for. And then end up because you got so much in your hand, you want to elevate to a different avenue. Now that avenue then took you down the white lane that's going to put your ass in fucking jail. The fuck out of here. I gotta go. Peace out, y'all. Don't forget, like, share to the channel. Have a good day.